Good afternoon to one and all. I am R.V. Kiran, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering. Today, in this video lecture, I am going to explain you about the two topics. First one, the interference in the involute gates, and second one is the methods of elimination of the interference in these gates. So these are the two topics. So in the previous class, we have discussed about the path of contact and the arc of contact, and this is my 68th lecture regarding to the subject kinematics of machinery. So today our first topic is based on the interference in the involute gates. So generally you are showing in the figure you have shown seen the pinion. So pinion is also a gate with center having O1. So this is the center O1 which is meshing with the wheel or the gate which is having the center as O2. So this is these are the two gates which is going to be meshed with having the centers O1 and O2. And in that M is the tangent line, that is the common tangent line to the base circles, and KL is that is K and L. So this is the path of contact between the two mating meshed teeth. So that is the two mating teeth. So this is taken into consideration. The addend radius of the addendum circle of the pinion is to be increased to O1 N. So that is this is the radius. So we have to take the radius from the pitch circle. So this is the pitch circle which is indicated in the dotted lines through the circle, and O1 N. So O1 is the center of the pinion and N is the one side of the tangent. So N is the one side of the tangent. So N is the point. So the KL is the path of contact. So you have to take the radius of the addendum circle of the pinion, which is increased to O1 N. So that is the radius of the pinion circle, which is adjusted to the O1 N. And the point of contact, that is the L, which is moving from L to N. So this is the point of contact, and this is going to be moving from one point to the other point, that is the L to N point. And when the radius is then increased, the point of contact, that is the so this is called the point of contact, which will be on the inside of the base circle of the wheel. So this is the base circle of the wheel and does not on the involute profile of the teeth of the wheel. So this does not on the involute profile of the teeth of the wheel. Then the tip of the tooth on the pinion, that is the tip of the tooth of the pinion, will undercut the tooth on the wheel at the root part. So that is at the root part, and the removed part of the involute profile of the teeth is going to be affected. So that is known as the that effect is known as the interference effect. So that effect is known as the interference effect, and teeth are being cutted by this. So that it has to be cutted in affected by it. Then in this beef, when the tip of the tooth undercover or undercuts the root on its mating gear, it is called as interference point. So that point is said to be the interference point. So in brief, it is known as the interference part. So that undergoes the root on its mating gear, and it is called as the interference of two meshing gears. Then in the similar condition, the addendum wheel of the the addendum circle of the wheel also increases to the beyond O2 M. So that is beyond O2 M. Then the tip of the tooth on the wheel will cause interference with the tooth on the pinion. So that will cause the tooth on the pinion. And the points M and N. So these are the 2 points M and N, which is the tangent, which is called as the interference points. So the 2 points to be called as the interference points. Then obviously, generally these interference may be avoided if the path of contact does not extend the interference points. So here the interference points are to be M and N. Whenever we are going to not going to extend these lengths, that is coming to this one and coming to this side, these are not going to be extended from this. So when these points are not going to be extended, then it does not comes the interference. So these interference cannot be taken on that. So that is the another option. And the limiting value of the radius, that is called the addendum circle of the pinion, is O1N. So this is the O1N of the wheel O2M. So O2M and O1N are the radius of the addendum wheels. And now from the above criteria, we conclude that the interference may only be avoided if the point of contact between the two teeth is always on the involute profiles of the both the teeth. So you have to check the involute profiles of the both the teeth. And when you are going to define the interference in this gate, so this may only be prevented by the if the addendum circles of the two mating gates cut the common tangent to the base circle between the points of tangency. That is, in the point of tangency only, they are going to be removed. So that is the only point. And whenever we are going to avoid these interference, so whenever we are going to avoid these interference at all, the maximum length of path of contact, that is the MN. So this is the maximum length of path of contact. And when the maximum addendum circles for the pinion and the wheel passes through these points of tangents. That means it must passes through this line only. So that is the another approach you have to take. Then you have to pass through the eminent points only, that is the tangent. So next one is the methods of elimination of the gate tooth interference. So whenever we are going to take the gate tooth interference, we have to find out some methods in determining these positions. So these are the some methods. So in certain Fargate designs, if the interference exists, so if there is an interference in the Fargate design, it can be overcome. So that is, it can be overcome by some of the methods. So now let's see the different methods of it. So first one is the removing the cross-hatched tooth tips, that is using the stub teeth. We are going to remove the cross-hatched tooth tips. And second one, increasing the number of teeth on the mating pinion. So you have to increase the number of teeth on the mating pinion also. You are going to avoid the scale tooth interference. And next one, third one, it is the increasing the pressure angle. So whenever we are going to increase these pressure angles in the gate tooths and pinions, you are going to remove the elimination of the gate tooth interference from this. And next one, it is the tooth profile modification or profile shifting. So it can be taken as tooth profile modification or profile shifting. So these two can be taken from that. Next one, increasing the center distance. So by increasing the center distance also, you can eliminate the gear tooth interference. So these are the different methods of going to be eliminated. So whenever we are going to eliminate the interference, we are going to take one of the method from these methods for the removal of the interference. So in that first one, minimum number of teeth on the wheel in order to avoid the interference. So we are going to avoid the interference by taking the minimum number of teeth on the wheel. So then we have already discussed that to avoid the interference, the addendum circle of the two mating gates must be have the common tangent. That is, the common tangent here is the ML point, which is to the base circles between the point of tangency. So this is to the point of tangency. Then the limiting condition are going to be reached when the addendum circle of the pinion must passes through the N and M point. That is the two ends of the tangent points. So we are going to find these or find the limited condition of the interference when these two gates is passing through these two lines, that is N and M, which is the tangent lines, that is the tangent point. So here in the picture you can see the small t, that is the number of teeth on the pinion, and capital T is taken as number of teeth on the wheel. So Capital T is called as the number of tooth on the wheel. Then small t is the number of teeth on the pinion, and small m is the module of the teeth, and small r is the pitch circle radius of the pinion, that is m into t by 2, and capital G is taken as the gear ratio. So the gear ratio of the two gears, that is the capital T by small t. So we can take it as the radius also, that is capital R by small r also. Then from the position of the triangle, that is O2 MP. So O2 MP means, so O2 is the center of the second gear, and M is the one end of the tangent, and P is the circle point. So from the O2 MP, we can take it as, that is O2 M square, that is side square is equal to side square plus hypotenuse square. So from the Pythagoras theorem, we can take that. So we have the triangle, and we are going to find it with the Pythagoras theorem. That is side hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Then we are going to find the formula as, that is r square plus r square sin square phi plus 2 into capital R into small r sin square phi. So by substituting the equation, total we get r square into 1 plus small r by capital R, that is small r by capital R plus 2 into sin square phi. So this is the equation found from the triangle O2MP. Then the limiting radius of the wheel addendum circle is taken as, then O2M is taken as r into, that is capital R into root of 1 plus r by r into, that is r plus r by 2 plus sin square 5. So it is taken as small into t by 2, that is root of 1 plus t by capital T into t by capital T plus 2. Then finally it is get as m into t by 2 into root of 1 plus t by t into t by 2 plus 2 into sin square psi. Then we are going to take the addendum of the wheel into the module. So that is AW into M. So that is the addendum of the wheel where AW is the fraction. Then we are going to find the addendum of the wheel, that is O2M minus O2P. Then it is taken as AWM is equal to module into t by 2 into root of 1 plus t by t into t plus t by t plus 2 sin square 5 minus m into t by 2. Then it can be total as AW is equal to t by 2, that is root of 1 plus t by t, that is the tooth of the driver gear and tooth of the driver gear, t plus t by t plus 2 into sin square psi minus 1. So whenever we are going to use this formula by calculating the minimum number of teeth of the wheel, then we are going to use the gear ratio to calculate the tooth of the pinion. So there we can calculate this minimum gear torque tooth. So in total we got the formula as capital T is equal to 2 into AW by root of 1 plus 1 by g into 1 by g plus 2 into sin square 5 minus 1. So that is the obtained one. So we are going to use this formula on behalf of the teeth of the wheel. So this is the formula for that. Next we are going to find the minimum number of teeth on the pinion. in order to avoid interference. So here we have taken the wheel and we are going to now take the pinion. So we have already discussed the avoid the interference in the wheel. So when the addendum circles for the two mating gears must cut at the common tangent, that is the MN point, which is at the base circles between the points of tangency. At the 2 points of tangency, we can cut these. Then the limiting condition reaches. So when the limiting condition is to be reached, the random circles of the pinions must pass the N and M points. So that is the tangential points, that is the N and M points. So here we are going to take the same notations as discussed in the previous one. So small t as the number of teeth on the pinion, capital T as the number of teeth on the wheel. So from the triangle O1, N and P. So in the previous one we have taken the O2, MP, and now we are going to take the O1, N and P point. So N is the limited second end of the tangential distance. Now we are going to take the same Pythagoras theorem here. Hypotenuse square is equal to sine square plus side square. So O1 n square is equal to O1 p square minus plus pn square. Then it can be evaluated as so r square plus capital R square sine square phi minus 2 into r, that is the radius of the wheel, into r sine phi cos 90 degrees plus psi. So that is the obtained value for the equation. Then we have to take the Pn as O2p sin theta. PN length as the O2P sin theta, that is the R sin phi. Now we are going to take the other one also. So this is the equation to be found on the interference of the gates. So whenever we are going to take this equation, you are going to find out all these values. So here O1 n square is taken as r square plus r square sine square plus 2 into r sine square plus. So this is the common value for the two radiuses. That is the radius of the pinion wheel, and this is the radius for the gear wheel also. So that is the gear wheel as well as the pinion wheel. So by substituting all the fractions, we got the APM value, that is the addendum of the pinion value, where AP is taken as the fraction by which the standard addendum of one module. Then it is taken as O1n minus O1p. So O1n means the other end of the tangent, P is the pitch circle point. Then we have got the AP value, that is T by 2 into root of 1 plus T by T into T by T plus 2, that is of sine square phi minus 1. Then we have find the value as t by 2 into root of 1 plus t by t into t by t plus 2 into sine square pi minus 1. Then we have to take the value as small t also. So for the small t, you have to take the thickness of the gauge, that is the tooth. So that is 2 into AP. So AP is the fraction by which the addendum of the pinion divided by root of 1 plus t by t into same number of equations. Then we are going to find this value, that is 2 into AP by root of 1 plus g into g plus 2 into sine square pi minus 1. So this is the total value we have find in this equation. So these are the some methods. We are going to take it from the fraction of the second. That is in the fractional seconds by avoiding the interference from the gauge. So these has to be taken from that. So this is about that. So by this, I'm going to end my class of the interference in the involuntary gauge. Thank you.